Hey everyone, Ben here. Welcome back to Wrench on Rebuilds. First off, I'd like to apologize. This video somehow lost all of its audio, so I'm just doing a voiceover here. Hopefully you can bear with me through this. I'd like to introduce you to my new project. This is a 1986 Toyota MR2 that I purchased from Copart. Obviously, it's where I get most of my vehicles. This happens to be a clean title car. Like I said, it's a 1986. The mileage will kill you what it is. You'll see that in a minute. Um, Basically, these are, I don't know how many of you are familiar with these. Probably a select crowd of you, but they're a mid-engine, rear-wheel drive, two-seater. MR2 is some people call them like a midship runabout. But I think MR2 is actually stands for mid-engine rear-wheel drive two-seater. Yeah, there's the other one over there. I've got two of them. Well, the black one that you see here is no longer with us. I did sell this one, um, unfortunately, but it was in rougher shape, and I had the opportunity to get this nicer white one. So that's what happened. So the white one is a low mile, clean title car. I actually had it shipped from Oklahoma City, which is about 10 hours from me. It was at the Oklahoma City Copart lot, and it just was too good of a deal to pass up. I had the bids in, was really low to start with, and it shot up during the auction, but ended up winning it for a measly $1,500. And I know. After fees and shipping, I'm in at about, I think 2,800 is about what the end price was. But since it was clean title and the fender, as you see in here, is removed, the fender did have some minor damage to it um, that it justified having to remove it. I did end up being able to repair it most of the way, and I'll show you that in a future video. You can see there's just a hair of rust there, and sorry this isn't better video quality. This was I recorded this. Actually, this footage I think was recorded about 7-8 months ago. I bought this car in July of 2019, but I haven't got around to doing any of the videos for it or editing anything yet. So interior is very clean. Uh, normal wear for a 33-year-old car, but look at the mileage on the dash here. You'll see it better here in a minute. It has the 0 in front of it. 61,874. I'm sorry you can't. The audio's messed up on this video. I really wanted you to hear it run. We'll do that in a future video, I promise. We're showing you around the car right now. Yep, center console has a little bit of a tear in it. The one spot of rust behind the driver's side rear wheel is the only rust on the car. Fuel door is missing, but did come. I actually, it was on the car when I got it, but it was jammed, so I ended up having to remove it in order to put gas in it. What else? Yep, here I'll show you under the hood. As I said, the engine in the rear of the car. And it's just a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder, made to do a 5-speed manual automatic transmission. Same engine they put in the Corolla of the 80s, and same drivetrain, engine, transmission. The only difference is it's in the rear of the car, but since it's rear-wheel drive, it still just has CV axles driving it. You know, there's no drive shafts or anything like that. Car is rear wheel drive. It's pretty basic setup. In later years, they did put turbos in these. This one is a non-turbo model. As far as I can tell, short of somebody fixing a little bit of the wiring, most of it is original under the hood. Not a lot of tampering or messing around. People tried to do botch jobs or anything like that. It looks pretty good under the hood. When I got the car, it did have a axle seal leak. I do have some footage of that, I believe, but I can't come across. I haven't come across it, so I can't put it in this video. But I'll put it in a future video. Just the rear axle seal, where the CV axle goes into the transmission, was leaking very bad. I think that's why this ended up at Copart. It was in a minor accident, but that's not what. I don't think that's why it was at Copart, because of the donation. And I think the reason they donated it was because they thought the transmission was leaking fluid, which it was leaking fluid, but it was just a $15 axle seal that took me about 15 minutes to replace, taking the axle out and just getting the one out with a screwdriver, pounding in a new seal. Just the one. I just did the one side. I probably will do the other side in the future. This car here has just your basic options. It doesn't have power windows or locks. Everything's manual. But does have working air conditioning. That's one thing I found very unique about this, for being as old as it is. I guess since it came from down south, everybody needs their air conditioning working. Here you see a startup, and it is a little slow to start, just because it's been sitting for so long, and I hadn't, at the time of this video that I recorded this footage, I hadn't taken it on a drive yet because of that leaky axle seal. So I was unsure of the driving condition. And actually, it could use some suspension and, things like that, work, shocks, struts, tie rod ends, all things like that. I think most of that stuff is original to the car. And with it being as old as it is, most of it probably just needs replaced just for a smoother ride. I mean, it's not bad necessarily, it just rides kind of rough for what it is. I mean, it is a small car, but I mean, when you go over a bump, you definitely feel it. So here's your glove box. Just showing you around, I guess. I really wish the audio worked on this, because it sounds really, really good. I promise there'll be another future video on this. I just wanted to get this released for you guys, and since it's winter time right now, this is in storage, so I couldn't do a video on it. I couldn't do another video to show you or to let you hear it run, but it does sound really good with that dual exhaust. I said clean title, so it didn't need inspection, anything of that nonsense. I just really don't know what else to say about it. I had this shipped here. I didn't go get it myself. I did pay a shipping company to ship it here from Oklahoma City. So I think it ended up to be about $650 total to ship it to Iowa from Oklahoma City. And that was, like I said, it's about 10-hour drive. I forget what the mileage was, but got here with no incident. Had the paperwork with it and everything. The shipping guy was really nice and everything, and got it dropped off with no issues. So that worked pretty well. I did go with an outside shipping company. I didn't ship it through Copart, because if you ship it through Copart, they will not deliver to residential addresses. So I went outside Copart and got a private shipping company to do that for me. So I thought $650 was a reasonable amount to ship it to me. Was considering going down to get it myself, but I figured I would have spent just as much in gas and travel costs. I probably would have had to stay there, because I would have had to stay there in a hotel and everything. So considering all that, I would have spent just as much and having to take some time off work to go get it because Copart's not open on the weekend. So, just considering all that, here's your fender. Yeah, I just had a little bit of a bend in it. I was able to take the fender off and push it out from the inside, but I couldn't do it with it on the car. So yes, the hood is black. Don't ask me why. Must be a replacement, or somebody thought black was a good look for it. I'll probably end up painting it the original color of the car. There's a little bit of damage on this door right here. I don't know if you can see that, how well it comes out on video, but just a little bit of paint transfer, a little bit of a wave in the paint there, or in the door, just the metal, just a hair. You can't, unless you look right directly down the side of the car, you can't see it. It's really the only other damage on the car. Whoops, let me whip around with the camera. I'm sorry, I need to get better at camera work. I really do. I really, really do. I whip around a little too much. And, you know, I have this fender, and that's for another video. But I thought I was going to replace the fender, and then I ended up deciding to just repair the one that was on there. It actually didn't work too bad. Didn't come out perfect, but good enough for me. So this one had rust, and I didn't want the rust to come back. You know, it's really hard to get rid of rust, short of cutting out and re-welding. You know, just grinding rust off from the outside. It has lips and things on the inside, so getting rid of all the rust is really, really, really difficult. So I didn't have this other fender, and anyways, looks like we're coming to the end, guys. So please like the video, and please subscribe to the channel if you feel so inclined. I would truly appreciate it. Until next time, have a good rest of your day, work week, weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.